Nano Banana 2.
Nano Banana 2.
Nano Banana.
Nano
2.
Banana.
Nano Banana 2 is
Nano Banana 2. Is it as good as they say it is? Today I'm testing Nano Banana 2 for images and Kling v3.0 for animations. Can AI actually produce architectural visuals good enough for architects? We'll generate interiors, design boards, close-ups, exteriors, and then turn everything into animated sequences. So, let's see what happens. In this section, I'm going to generate 4 interior architectural visualizations. These will be the typical presentation views you might show to a client. We'll have living space, dining perspective, kitchen area, and the wider interior shot. The goal here is simple. I want to see if Nano Banana 2 can turn raw architectural 3D model into something that feels like believable interior. So, let's generate 4 images. We are uploading our interior views to the VizMaker. We are going with the image editor here, and as you can see, we can choose from plenty of AI models. For this video, we are going with Nano Banana 2. I'm happy to go with the 2K resolution, original ratio, and normally you actually wouldn't need to use any prompts for these images, because VizMaker's presets are handling everything for you. But here I want to do something very specific, so I'll be choosing the preset from view to render, so I'm adding to the prompt that these are the images of the modern interior, and I would like realistic greenery to be added to these interiors. So let's generate 4 images and let's see the results. Right now we have the results, let's click on the image and click enlarge to see it on the full screen. We've got the first interior result. 2 things immediately stands out. The lighting feels very natural, almost like soft daylight coming through the windows. And the materials balance works well, the wood tones and the natural surfaces feels quite believable. One issue though, some of the furniture edges are slightly softened if you zoom in, but overall, for early concept presentations this looks very convincing. Image number 2 feels slightly more dramatic. The contrast between the light and shadow adds depth to the scene. And I like how the furniture placement creates a clear focal point in the room. And I'm absolutely happy with the fabric material here. The only negative here is that the light placement isn't the best. We have the light coming from the right hand side, whilst in reality there is just a wall. It looks okay here, but we might have the problems with the animations. But overall, the composition feels very architectural. Right, this render feels more minimal. The color palette is very controlled, which makes the interior feel calm and designed. Another good thing is the proportions of the furniture relative to the space, which actually read correctly. So the spatial quality is really strong on this one. However, I'm not super happy with the water in the tank here on the right hand side, so we'll change that in a moment. Right, this one feels the most like a professional render. The depth of the room is well defined, especially with the layering of furniture. The natural daylight makes the space feel occupied and real. The reflections are brilliant and the atmosphere of this space looks really well. Right, now let's do 2 small changes to the images. On the first image, I'm not so happy with the view outside because there's just none. I know there is just very small glazing in the door in the background of that image, but let's go to the draw function and I will describe in the prompt that I would like the greenery to be generated there. So let's see the results. But before that, let's go to our image number 3, and I told you that I don't really like the water in the tank on the right hand side of that image. So again, I'm going to the draw function and I'm describing in the prompt that I would like that to be small greenery. Right, the first one isn't great at all. We've got some greenery, but way too much. I think the area was just too small. Then I generated a second image, also attempted that, maybe the second one will be better, but again, no, that wasn't a good result. So we'll have to go with our main image on this one. If I'll be doing that before the presentation with the client, I will just quickly Photoshop some greenery in the background there. Now our correction number 3, that worked perfectly fine. So I'm really happy with that image. Now, let's take the interiors one step further. In architectural presentations, we don't only show the wide views. We also present the design boards, material palettes, and the close-ups. So in this section, I will just generate them from our already made visuals. This will help to understand whether AI can actually present the details and materials, not just the space. So now we are going to the VizMaker, basically to the moment where we've left off. I'm selecting our first interior view, I'm choosing the design board preset. As before, I'll be using Nano Banana Pro, 2K resolution and original ratio. So let's generate our image. For our second and fourth image, I'm choosing the close-up preset. So let's generate these two images. And for our final one, that will be the image number 3, I'm adding people. So I simply choose the preset Add People. I will click Make and let's wait for the results. Oh wow, this is interesting. The material selections feels coherent, almost like a curated interior palette. And the layout of the board looks surprisingly professional, similar to something you might see in the presentation document. One issue though, the room elevations are not 100% accurate, but they are quite close to what's in the interiors. Overall, as a concept board, it works surprisingly well. Here we are looking at a detailed view, and the surface textures look rich, especially on the stone. And the lighting emphasizes the materials nicely, which helps communicate the design intent. So visually it feels very convincing. Alright, here is the version with people, and it looks really good. Firstly, the scale of architecture becomes much clearer with people. Once you see the people inside the space, you immediately understand the proportions of the room. Secondly, the scene suddenly feels more alive. Instead of looking like a staged render, it feels like interior that's actually being used. One issue though. I don't like how AI mistreated the oldest son. Everyone else is eating, but he's cooking for them or doing the dishes. Overall, adding people definitely improves the atmosphere of the image and makes the architecture feel believable. Now we have the final close-up. The depth of field creates a nice photographic feeling. And the material reflections look realistic, especially on metallic elements. However, the elements shown on that island unit within the image are really random. So overall, I'm really happy with that close-up because the materials and the aesthetic is very strong. But the objects are really random. I'm not so happy with them. If you are enjoying this video, please subscribe, comment and give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel to grow, and I spotted that about 80% of my viewers don't subscribe to the channel yet. So let's change that. Let's move outside. In this section, I will generate 4 exterior architectural visuals of the building. And exterior visuals are really important because they show how the building sits in the context, how materials react to daylight, and how people experience the architecture from outside. So let's see what Nano Banana 2 can produce. So I'm uploading our 4 images into the VizMaker. I'm choosing the image editor, Nano Banana 2, 2K resolution, original ratio. So normally I will be using just the presets here, but I would like to add to the prompt to set the image into the modern Europe surrounding. Also, I would like to have some medium trees and the forest in the background of that image. But most importantly, I would like to turn the greenery from our 3D model into something very realistic. So, let's see the results. We've got the results, and as you can see, I have 2 different shots for our image number 3. And that's because I wasn't really happy with the first one. I will show you both and I will describe the results. So the first exterior looked quite realistic. The lighting feels like a typical overcast day, which works well for architectural visuals. The materials on the facade have good depth and variation. Nano Banana 2 did a really good job with that exterior. The building reads clearly, and the surrounding is just amazing. Exterior number 2 feels much more cinematic. The shadow depth gives the building stronger form, and the surrounding environment helps establish the scale. The negative here is that some background elements are slightly stylized, but the architecture itself looks great. Now see the image number 3 and see why I wasn't happy with that. The building just looks like pasted onto some random image. It looks like badly photoshopped. But here we have the proper result. See that now. So the building integrates well into the scene, the materials feels grounded rather than overly glossy. The only issue here is the vegetation around the building that looks slightly artificial, but overall the composition and everything else works here. our final exterior, this one is more dramatic. The lighting creates strong contrast, which makes the building stand out. The depth in the scene makes the perspective feel dynamic. The only negative here is that some edges of the building are slightly softened in the distance. But visually this would work really well in the presentation. We've seen the interiors as static images, but the architecture isn't really experienced as a still frame. When you move through the space, your perception changes. You notice depth, materials, lighting, and how different parts of the room connect to each other. So in this section I want to see what happens if I will take these visuals and bring them to life with Kling V 3.0. Let's see if these interiors can actually feel like real architectural sequences. So now we are in the VizMaker, basically where we left off with the interiors. So now we are going to the video creator and to the Kling V 3.0. I'm happy to go with just the 5-second video, and for the first one we'll be connecting the design board and the first interior visual. I will write just a simple prompt here to make the transition between frame 1 and frame 2. For the second animation we are connecting 2 interior images. For the third one, we are connecting the interior image of the living room and the close-up generated previously. So for the prompt to that, I will describe to zoom into the image. So it will naturally go from image 1 to image 2. For the fourth animation, we are going from that close-up into the kitchen. So basically we are zooming out from the close-up and going to the new space. For the fifth animation, we are doing the animation between the kitchen shots. So I really wonder what it will do with the people here. And for the animation number 6, that will be our final one for the interiors, we are going from the kitchen shot to the close-up in that kitchen. So we'll be doing the rotational view between the scenes. Wow, the transition is very smooth. The lighting stays consistent, which makes the movement feels natural. The small downside is that some objects morph slightly during the transition, but overall the motion feels very polished. The animation number 2, this one feels like a real architectural camera move. The spatial depth becomes much clearer when moving through the space, and the materials hold up well during motion. The only negative is the light on the right hand side. I knew it will be problematic for the animations. So this is as a result of the light in our interior shot. Probably, when showing that to the client, I would redo the interior shot first and then redo the animation, just so we have the proper lighting inside. Here, the animation slowly focuses on material detail. The shift in focus creates a cinematic effect, and the depth of field feels very realistic. The only downside here is that the elements on the table are appearing out of blue, because obviously they weren't included in my first scene. But still, very impressive. The transition reveals a new space, the camera motion feels intentional, like a designed walkthrough, and the lighting changes naturally as the space opens. One issue is obviously people appearing out of nowhere, but you know, it's not that bad. This is more of a subtle camera movement. The materials remain stable, which is great, and the lighting reflections stay believable. I like how they just decided to take their stuff and go. This is a nice ending shot. The camera movement creates a strong focal point, and the material detail becomes more noticeable. The obvious issue here are small elements appearing in the scene, but again, as a concept presentation, this is really powerful. Now see the entire animation being brought together. Let's move outside again. We've already seen how the interiors behave when animated, but the exteriors are a bigger challenge. There is just a lot more happening. The materials, reflections, vegetation, the surrounding, everything can go wrong. So in this section, I want to see whether we can turn our exterior visuals into believable architectural flybys. I will generate few animations transitions between our images and see how stable the building stays once camera starts moving. So let's take a look. Now we are back in the VizMaker where we've left off with our exteriors. So as before, I'm going to the video creator, but this time I'll be choosing Kling 01. Just so we can see some difference whether it will be massively worse than the Kling 3.0 or not. So I'm simply connecting our first two images with the rotational view between them, our two next images again with the rotational view, and then we are connecting our side elevation with the close-up as we are approaching the building. So for the preset, I'll be choosing zoom in. So let's see whether VizMaker can handle this. Wow, the movement around the building feels smooth and the shadows stay consistent, which helps realism. The one downside here is the parts of the fence in the foreground are slightly warping during the motion, but apart from that, it's really impressive. This animation feels definitely like a presentation shot. The building reads clearly in motion, and the environment gives a sense of scale. Even the background elements are really consistent within the scene. I like that. Our final animation, and this one feels more cinematic. The approach towards the building creates a strong reveal, and the facade depth becomes more noticeable. However, some window reflections flicker slightly and vegetation on the balcony changes, but overall, it looks like presentation ready. Now, see these animations sequenced together. So after testing Nano Banana 2 and the Kling v3.0 in VizMaker, what do I actually think? You can start with simple interior views straight from SketchUp and turn them into realistic architectural visuals using Nano Banana 2. From those images you can generate additional perspectives, close-ups, and even design board to present the interior concept. You can also add people to the scenes. Then you can move outside and create exterior visuals of the building, placing the architecture into a believable environment. And finally, using Kling v3.0, you can turn those images into short architectural animations, connecting interiors, details, and exterior views into a simple presentation sequences. So in a relatively simple workflow, we went through the raw 3D models from the SketchUp into the full architectural visuals and animations ready for the presentation. And what works really well here is the speed, because generating visuals and animations this quick is really impressive. But also what's very important here is also the atmosphere, because the lighting, composition, and the mood in many of these images feels surprisingly architectural. So for concept presentations, early design reviews, and social media storytelling, this workflow is incredibly powerful. When it comes to the pricing, you can test VizMaker for free, which is great because you can experiment first without committing. However, if you want to use it fully, the paid plans are really straightforward and they are simply depending on your usage. And also, I've got a discount code for you. Just use ADrian50 to get 50% off your first month subscription. This will give you plenty of time to test the platform properly. If you found this video useful, please like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments, are you already using Nano Banana 2 for your projects? And if you want to see another AI tool great for architects, watch my other video where I tested MyArchitect AI. It's a completely different workflow, but also the results are very interesting. It's right here, go watch it next. So thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.